Where I am now, better than before, through those open doors. Where I am now, where I am now, I get a special release. I'm taking all the grace. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, the FYI radio show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 Studio, WMVA 88.9, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to 1400 AM, 1350 AM, and you can hear us all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning. Mr. E is a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400 AM, WMVA 88.9 FM. Good morning.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and shout out.
We're on all those platforms: LinkedIn, Facebook Live, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Go to our YouTube channel at Crystal Records One. That's CRISTO Records One. Subscribe, comment, and we promise we'll shout you out later on.
Shout out. Yeah.
Mr. E, yes. How was your weekend?
I had a wonderful weekend.
What you do?
Oh, I did a little this and a little that. I did a lot of studying this weekend because I'm in preparation of taking my CPR course again.
That is absolutely marvelous. In the business that you're in, you gotta do
it. That's right. I got to save lives.
Absolutely.
Now I'm getting all my little equipment that I have to get, so I can, just in case I see somebody laying out in the street that around me, that I can give them CPR.
That's good to have.
Yes.
Yes. So anyway, this is our Mondays Sports Talk. And we will shout, let's see who's on the line, Miss Lee.
Miss Tiffany Parks, good morning to you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
And we're glad to have you all up here. Don't forget, like, share, and comment. And we will shout you out. Anybody else, Miss E?
F808. Good
all
morning
right
to
now.
you.
Our Instagram friends are
yeah.
on. I had a great weekend, Mr. E.
Tell us.
My goodness. I went to a wonderful production. It was African American history, a wonderful production over there at where the hurrah players perform and things like that. My nephew and niece, great niece, they were in the production, and friends of mine in the production. I went with my daughter, and my other niece and my nephew were there. It was really a wonderful production. Shout out to them, and also Hugh Copeland of the Hurrah Players. Got a chance to see him.
Yeah.
having a great production. I want to say good morning to my son, Chris Hinton. How are you? He said, "What's the gossip?" I tell you what, we're gonna have some tea on Friday, Mr. E.
And Miss Ann Scenario say good
Oh,
morning. Good morning, Miss Annie.
Larry, how you doing,
Yeah, I didn't
Annie?
mess her
She
name
must
up,
be
did I?
on which one is she on? Is she on Instagram?
Yes.
Okay, good morning. Glad to see you up here this morning. But anyway, this is our sports talk. But we're also speaking of Black History Month, we are still celebrating Black history. And we wanted to actually kind of like highlight and shout out some of our local
That's right. Local.
professional
Yeah.
ball players. Mr. E, who are some of them?
Virginia has produced some ballers, racers, swimmers, and putters.
Wow.
Be surprised by which great athletes call Virginia home. The Professional Olympic has represented Virginia in various sports. Baseball.
Yes.
David Wright, 1982 of the New York Mets. Justin Verlander, he was with the Detroit Tigers in 2005. And going into basketball, Mr. Moses Malone, Ralph Sampson,
Oh my
Alonzo
goodness,
Mourning,
yes.
and Allen
Alonzo Mourning
Iverson.
is from here?
Yeah, Alonzo Mourning from here. Yeah,
Oh,
went to
goodness.
Indian River. Yeah.
How cool.
He played with the Charlotte Hornets and the Miami Heat. He was the Defensive Player of the Year, an Olympic gold medalist in Sydney in 2000. And that great, wonderful point guard that's running around, folks don't understand. That's Mr. Allen Iverson. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He's from Hampton. Homeboy. He's from Hampton with the Philadelphia 76ers in 1996 to 2000. Rookie of the Year in 2001. MVP. Denver Nuggets 2007 and 2008. Detroit Pistons and the Olympic bronze medal at Athens, Greece, 2004.
How exciting. We have boxing.
That's right.
We have our friend Mr. Pernell Whitaker, 1964 Norfolk, aka Sweet Pea, welterweight and lightweight championships, International Boxing Hall of Fame.
That's right. That's right.
We got a chance to be with Pernell before his death. With our Young Men Achieving Success program.
That's right. That's right.
He really hosted a really wonderful thing over at his place in Virginia Beach.
That's right. That's right. One thing I like about him, and he was still putting it back to the children. He was still putting stuff back into the children. Novell Lee, he's a boxer also. Eagle Rock's Olympic Award, the gold medal in 1952, and AAU National Heavyweight Championship in 1950, 1951, 1952, and went to Howard University in D.C. and served with the Tuskegee Airmen in World War II.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Let's
so
go down to football.
Yeah,
that's right. Let's go down to football. Billy Douglas played with the Bluefield.
Mr. Dudley?
Yeah, Dudley.
Oh, my goodness.
In 1921 and 2010, Bluefield, Pittsburgh Steelers Pro Football Hall of Fame. Heath Miller in 1982 with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Super Bowl 11.
Wow.
And 13.
Okay.
Willie Lanier, I like him.
Oh, wow.
Willie Lanier was a great, I think he was a guard, offensive defense player, and he was with the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's a Hall of Famer also. Mr. Bruce Smith, one of the greatest architects in the 757 around the city today. He went to Norfolk Outlanders trophy winner at Virginia Tech. And he played with the Buffalo Bills and the Washington Redskins. One of the greatest linebackers you ever want to see, Mr. Lawrence. You hear I put a Mr. on the end.
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence Taylor, one of the greatest Giants linebacker you ever want to see. He's from Williamsburg.
Williamsburg.
Yeah, he's from Williamsburg. He Pro Folk Hall of Famer in 1999. Mr. Fran Tarkenton,
Oh,
he's from
yeah.
Richmond with the Minnesota Vikings, and he was a quarterback. And then you got Jemiah Barber.
Wow.
And I couldn't, my other friend was Kaham, better known as the Barber. Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
He played with the Roanoke, New York, and New York Giants. He's from Roanoke, Virginia. Then you got Mr. Barber. He played with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's from Roanoke also. James Farrell from the New York Jets from Richmond. Plexico Boris. What a
Really?
great career that Plexico had. He was one of the ones we heard on the news that had a gun and shot him. Shot his own foot.
I remember.
Shot him himself in the own foot. He was from Norfolk. He played with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Giants. Mr. Michael Vick. Yeah, from Newport News.
Yes.
You know, Plexico Barris, I got to give it to him. He was on his way to the Hall of Fame, and I mean, he had it going on. Mr. Michael Vick from Newport News, he played with the Atlanta Falcons in 2001 and 2007. He played with the Philadelphia Eagles in 2009 and 13, and the Jets. He was one of the greatest quarterbacks you ever wants to meet in this area, coming from this area.
D'Angelo Hall is a good friend of my son's from Chesapeake. Atlanta Falcons 2004 to 2007. Oakland Raiders 2008. Washington Redskins 2008 to the present. A good friend of my son's. Who else do you have, Mr. E?
Danny Atkins out of Roanoke, Virginia, played for the New England Patriots. Percy Harvin from Virginia Beach, Virginia, played with the Minnesota Vikings, the Seattle Seahawks, the New York Jets, and back at the Seattle Seahawks and the Buffalo Bills. Darren Sharp, 1975, played with Richmond, came out of Richmond, played with the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. And Aaron Kinney, 1997, from Ashland, Virginia, played with the Tennessee Titans. Michael Robinson from Richmond, Virginia, played with the Seattle Seahawks. Played with the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Cam Chancellor. He is a Norfolk native. Go ahead on, Cam. He played with the Seattle Seahawks and he won a Super Bowl 18 in 2010. Yeah.
Yes, our friend Russell Wilson.
Mr. Wilson.
He's from Richmond. His grandfather was from here, actually, in Chesapeake area.
And his daddy was the principal of Norfolk State University.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Chandler Fenner from Virginia Beach played with the Seattle Seahawks. And Torres Smith from Richmond played with the Baltimore Ravens and San Francisco 49ers.
Absolutely.
Then we got some great golfers.
Yes.
Just in case folk didn't know anything about golf, Mr. Sam Snead played golf at Hot Springs. He got 3 Masters. Curtis String of Norfolk, he played with the U.S. Open champion, and Lenny Watkins out of Richmond played a good ball.
We've had so many greats. We have those that are in swimming. We have tennis. Arthur Ashe, you all remember him. 1943 to 1993 in Richmond. When was in champion 1975. Track and field, volleyball. We got so many. In racing, we have some great ones from our area as well. Wendell Scott, Ward Burton, Jeff Burton, Stacy Compton, Denny Hamlin, Danny O'Quinn, Ricky Rudd, Elliott Sandler, and Hermie Sandler.
That's local folk from our area. One of the greatest young ladies that you never want to forget. That great gymnast. She started in 1995 from Virginia Beach, Virginia. The Olympic gold medalist in London in 2012, the first African American all-around gymnast champion, Miss Gabrielle Douglas.
Oh, Miss
Yeah,
Gabrielle
Gabrielle Douglas.
yes, she is right here from Virginia Beach, and I just know she's doing great things. But we've had so many come out of Virginia, a lot coming right here from our local area, and we just say thank you all for what you've done in the area of sports.
That's right. We want to take our hats off to you, all our Yoko locals. And one of the guys, one person we did not mention is Hinton. He was the first African American quarterback for the for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's right, Mr. Johnny Walton. Our hats off to you, playing alongside of some of the great in Philadelphia.
And even though he's from North Carolina,
yeah, he's from North Carolina. I got to give
we
it to
just
him.
want to give him
I
his
just want to
props
give him some props
because we know him. He's our friend, and he's been here on Sports Talk so
Yeah.
many times, and we really, just appreciate all that he's done for the game.
Yeah.
Mr. E, this weekend. Now, first of all, you all, our NFL season is over.
Bye.
Bye. And now, look, we have run over to the NBA.
That's right. Miss Hinton,
Better late than never.
I'm missing the NFL.
I know you are. The
You know.
games were fire. I mean, it was really, really a great season.
When I look at the NFL, I find myself now going back on 161. If you have 161
Yes.
on your channel, they playing some of the old games
Yes.
of this year in football. I sat there and watch them like
Did you cry? You say you. Do you miss them boys?
I miss them boys out there, the trash talking to all the folks that I see along the
Yes.
way, and they still want to talk trash when they see me with my cowboy hat on. Yeah.
But we had a wonderful season. Now we're over here at the NBA, checking out what's going on. And this weekend, Mr. E.
This weekend, Miss Hinton, was all the great players out there on the court this weekend in the All-Star game.
We had the 2024 NBA All-Star weekend.
That's
and we
right.
Have highlights and what happened in some of our competitions and contests.
Miss Hinton, last night we had some of everything going around. Last night we had the score was 211 to 186, and our hats off to Mr. Damon Leonard. He was the most MVP player of last night's game.
First of all, Mr. E, where did it take place?
Well, it took place in
Indiana, right?
In Indianapolis. Yeah.
Indianapolis, Indiana. Yeah. One of the coldest places in the wintertime in the world. But yes, it took place in Indiana. And who played?
Well, these are some of the members who played last night that were from Indianapolis. They had Tayson, and I don't want to mess these cats' last name up. And then the team top pick was from the Orlando Polo. These guys got the roughest name in the world. Anthony Edwards, San Antonio Vic. That guy, he's a bad basketball player. I mess his name.
Don't mess it up.
I don't want to mess that man up. I call him Victor. And I know all our listeners out there laughing because, Miss Hinton, they say I'll mess a person's name up in a minute, So they had a lot of great basketball players out there on yesterday. But that's the talk of the town because Damon Leonard, who won the MVP last night, and he hit about 39 points, say the game ain't like it used to be.
Why does he say that? Why everybody always say that, Mr. E?
And the reason
why not?
And the reason why he was saying it because he was looking for them to come out and be blazing.
Linda Griffin said, "Don't forget Charles Stokes."
Okay, Charlie Stokes.
Charlie Stokes.
Yeah.
From Chesapeake, who played for the Baltimore Colts, and this is giving tribute to our local sports personalities. But Mr. E, getting back to our It's the
NBA.
All-Star
Yeah,
game.
All-Star game. Yeah.
Let's find out. Okay, so this was the, what do you call it? The West
East
against,
versus the
okay,
West.
the
Yeah.
East, and the score was
The score was 211
11.
to 186.
Okay. What did you think about the game? Was it a fire? Did you enjoy it?
Miss Hinton, when it comes to All-Star games, I'm looking for the best of the best.
Okay.
I'm looking for some real finesse and some real ball playing. I'm not looking for it just to be run
Yeah,
gun, shoot. I'm not looking for that.
it has the habit of being just like a little
Yeah.
fun, almost like excuse me, Harlem Globetrotters. Just that fun,
I was
hype type thing, nothing really serious.
That's right. I was looking for the best ballers to get out there, LeBron James and Damon Leonard, and I was looking for them boys to get out there and really play some basketball. But to me it was and I'm so sick and tired of 3 points and the half court shooters out there. I'm sick of that.
Well, it's like a performance, Mr. E. It's
how
it's
many can
it's
hit?
like a break, and they all get together and they're gonna have a fun time and everything. But tell us about the 3 points and the slam dunk contest.
When I looked at that 3 pointers and everybody was out there trying to shoot, they was all in the stadium, all on top of the rafters trying to shoot that 3 pointer.
Who gets the opportunity to do that?
Well, very seldom, they can do it. Some people can do it, but they did it last night just to show their talent. When I looked at the game last night, and the game was 211 to 186, the East beat the West. The East, they beat the West, and Mr. Damon Lillard, he scored 39 points and was known as the MV, most valuable player that night, with a half-court shot. Jaylen Brown added 36 points, and Tyrese added 32 points.
Very good.
And so, and the game went on and on and on, and it said, but they was talking about they was talking about who did what and what to come out with.
Yes.
When I'm looking at me, I'm looking at professional. Just like when I was looking for the football teams to come out there and really play some football, I didn't really want them to get out there and play flag football. That really turned me completely off. But what I was looking for them to do is play ball.
Any former players, any celebrities? Did you see anybody in the audience? Did you all see anyone in the audience? Usually when you have something like that, you'll find some of the athletes in any sports there and their families.
And then I flipped the channel and I saw your girl who was in prison over. I saw her playing the girls basketball out there. So I saw all of them out there making a debut, and it was all fun.
Yes, Russell and his wife were there.
Russell Westbrook and their son was there also. Yeah.
What, Westbrook?
Yeah, Westbrook, little boy, his son was out there too. And here's the highlight of the game. I like
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russell Wilson. I'm sorry. Okay. And Steph Curry was out there. But there was a shootout. Steph Curry against a young lady, and he beat her by 3 points.
Wow.
This young lady named I forgot her name. Her and Steph had a shootout, and Steph Curry dropped 29, and she dropped 26.
So so I tell you what, it seemed like it was a really, really fun time.
Well, let me put some tea in the game.
All right, give it to us.
The players, Damon Leonard and all that was talking. It said they could have been a little bit more exciting, more challenging.
And why?
Than anything. He said, but because there was nobody playing defense, they were just running up and down the court, and nobody was really playing finesse basketball. And that's what I like. I like to see the positions. I like to see the transition, the changes. They talked to a little bit of LeBron James and asked him, is he planning on playing anymore? He said, well, I love the Lakers. So, he wants to, stay with the Lakers until his time is up.
Very good. What do you think about that? I mean, do you think he's going to bring something?
He's just overrated.
He's overrated. How is he doing this season so far?
Well, him and Anthony Davis should be able to take the lead by storm. They should be able to take, but they down in the bottom of the barrel.
We need our celebrities. You got to admit, these guys. Some of these guys are real celebrities, along with being professional ball players. I'm interested in knowing who you're going to follow and find out how the team. What's the name of the team with
Pelicans?
The Pelicans. What's the other one that you say you're going to follow?
I'm going with the Golden State Warriors.
The Golden State.
Let me give you some scores.
Go ahead. Let me hear.
Let me give you some scores. East and West game was won by the East, 211 to 186. Mm-hmm. The Timberlakes played the Trailblazers last night, and the score on Thursday, and the score was 128 to 91. Mm-hmm. Then Golden State Warriors played on Thursday, also February 15th. They played against the Utah Jazz, and the score was 130. 140 over 137. And the Trailblazers played again 128 to 91. Then in the NBA All-Stars, and to get to Thursday game was another barn burner. So you got more and more and more coming your way. Then you got my boys. I don't see my scores from the Golden State, not from Golden State Warriors, from the Pelicans. Yeah. Pelicans are my team. But here's what happened on Wednesday night, February the 14th. The Atlanta Hawks lost to the Hornets, and the Miami Heat beat the 76ers at 109 by 5 points to 104. Then the Knicks lost to the Magic by 18 points, and Boston Celtics beat the Brooklyn Nets.
Wow,
and that's who they are. I said basketball is not my forte.
Really,
I don't care too much about basketball. Then the Chicago Bulls lost to the Cavaliers, Cleveland Cavaliers, 108 to 105, and then the Indiana Pacers played against the Raptors, 127 to 125, and then the Wizards lost to my team. The Pelicans.
Oh my!
That's the New Orleans. That's the team down there in New Orleans. My boy Zion and all them boys.
Playing.
Zion is still out there nailing them down. I know Nike trying to get away from him because he bust out them tennis shoes. That's early in his career. So I like the Pelicans. I think that Anthony Davis should have stayed with the Pelicans, then he would have had him a team. So he goes all the way to the Lakers and play with LeBron James. And, so it's okay to play with LeBron James and get on somebody else's hip, and let somebody else carry you. But if he had stayed with the Pelicans, the New Orleans Pelicans, he would have been had his own team with the biggest guy by the name of Zion, that young man that would have took him to the top.
Oh, wow.
Then the Houston Rockets lost to the Grizzlies, 121 to 113, and the Mavericks lost to the Spurs. The Spurs lost to the Mavericks, 116 to 93, and Detroit lost to the Phoenix Suns, 116 to 100, and the Lakers, they beat the Utah Jazz. The Lakers, they should beat every team that's out there. Let's do one other thing and see what the Lakers where they're at in the stats, where the team is at in the standards. Yeah, the Lakers is. Now listen to this. The Lakers has won only 30 games this year. 30 games. They have won 30 games out of a total of 56 games. They lost 26.
Oh, wow.
But the Timberwolves and the Thunders, and the Clippers and the Suns and even the Pelicans are higher than they are. The
Wow.
Pelicans has lost only 22 games.
Oh man.
And they won 33 games. So, they own the hook. They own the hook.
A lot of teams to follow.
Miami, Philadelphia better get themselves together. I mean, Lakers better get themselves together.
Well, we're going to follow a few of them, and but we're going to report on all of them. I hope you all have gotten your team right and cheering for who you want to see win. Mr. E, look, don't forget to mention our tonight show,
Yeah,
and where we're going to be on this evening. And you all come over for a little while. We're going to give you some upcoming shows. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to Sports Talk on FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350, WMPA 88.9, Peace 95.3, and WPCE 1400, and all on all social media platforms. Don't forget to join us Wednesday for issues concerning men. You don't want to miss it. Going to be a Black History Week on that. So thank you so very, very much, and get out there, enjoy yourself, and tune in to tonight from 6 o'clock to 7 for more of FYI After Dark.
All right. I hope you all have your team ready. Look, I'm going to follow a few. Mr. E has his pick. You were naming some teams that I want to definitely see what they're going to do. You named the Clippers.
Yeah.
You named the Wizards.
Yeah.
The Lakers, of course. The
Yeah.
Bulls. We got to definitely find out, what's going on and where do we go from here. Let's get back to the All-Stars. Mr. E, what is it about the All-Star that you don't really favor that much? I mean, was there ever a time that you enjoyed it?
I did enjoy the All-Stars game one time before because they played basketball. I like it when they play finesse basketball. See, here's the thing. With all-star players, and you got people out there, young kids,
yes,
that want to follow these folks.
Yes.
But all they want to do now is run and gun, shoot three-pointers, shoot from the foul line. But see, they not telling them that they got to play basic basketball. They got to play defense. They got to play some offense. They just can't get out there and be ball hawkers.
Yes.
And there's another team I'm going to follow also. There's 3 teams, and that's Mr. J. Morant.
Well, Mr. I wanted to say something about the All-Star. I really feel like it's light and airy. Like you said, you mentioned children and families. I think that it's recreational. I think it's something that they take serious because, of course, they have all the professional, the best of the best. But I think it's just a thing of letting it be just a nice, fun day, almost like, just celebrating, just basketball.
That's right. Just basic fundamental. When you look at young folks coming up, all they want to do is get out there and shoot the ball. They don't want to play no defense. That nobody's teaching them no offense. So that left up to the local coaches that they playing with. But they get I think that they getting the wrong concept when it comes down to them playing basketball. They ain't playing no defense. They ain't running no zones. They ain't playing no crisscross. All they doing is running and gunning, shooting 3 points. They done got so good that Steph Curry, he shooting 3 points and turn around and walking away.
He's like, hey, look, we just having a good time. That's basically it. But anyway, we got just some great games coming up. We're going to follow those some of those teams. We'll report on all of them. Also here locally, Mr. E, in March, we have MEAC coming.
That's right.
I got to experience that because I have not.
MEAC is at Norfolk State.
And you've been there, right?
I've been to
what
one
do you
game.
Think? Give me your opinion of that.
And when I went to MEAC, I thought it was a great game. I thought it was good. But it has its pros and cons.
Do you think if it was more support, more people there, it would be more exciting, or it is what it is? I mean, do you get it when you get there? Do you enjoy the games?
It's an HB. It's an HB.
Yes,
HUBC.
Mhm.
It's African American local basketball college teams around here. That's in the area that's going out there and playing.
Yeah.
I think if I follow the college ball, if I follow, follow the game, what got me out of the game, I don't know any of the players. I'm not keeping up with them. If I kept up with them, then
you could be more in tune.
I'll be more in tune to it. But because I don't keep up with them, it's just another ball game.
I see.
To me. And then when you look around in the arena, you don't see no support.
Wow.
For all our colleges that we have in the 757, Norfolk State University,
Yes.
it shouldn't. They got more sponsors and support at the parade than they have in some of these places in arenas where they playing basketball.
Well, they should have the children come in, the schools come in, and let them see it in the level that it is. I think that would inspire kids to go to college, kids to want to get into the game. Make it a thing where it's affordable. Open it up, get your sponsors, but give free tickets out. Let people just come in and enjoy. Since nobody there, get the tickets away, and let people see it and build it up and make it an exciting event.
Well, back in the day when they was playing real football at Norfolk State, Leo Cole and Old Dominion, Dave Twazik and all Pick Bobby Dandruff and all those boys back in the day when they had the big namers out there was playing ball. Everybody would sponsor it because when you look at Bob McAdoo, and he's one of the greatest basketball players from this area that played in this area at Norfolk State University.
Wow.
And then you had the Squires, we had
Virginia
Squires. Then you had great ball players from that era. But when you look around at Dave Twazik from Old Dominion University, Leo Cole from ODU, when you look at Jack Baker from Old Dominion University and also from Maury High School, but when you look at all of these players, from the local level, from the high schoolers all the way up to college, that it's not a big hoop to do about it. Okay. And I think that what everybody should do in order for us to be able to support our local team, make a hoop to do out of it.
Wow.
Make it bigger than what it may be, and let all the ones that there to do some, go around shaking hands, go to the schools and see some of the children. And let them give some words of encouragement to the children. Go to some of these local high school basketball games and let them see you in the stadium with them, and that would enhance everybody to come out and play some ball.
Absolutely. So we're going to continue to cover the NBA. We know we're like midway, Mr. E, but
that's right.
Hey, we just finished our NFL. We're going to jump into the NBA. Mr. E got his teams and favorite players. I'm going to definitely choose a team. And I'm going to, of course, I told my grandson I'm going to need his help because he loves basketball. He loves football. He knows the guys. He knows what to look for. And I'm just going to just see, how things play out through his eyes.
Miss Hinton, there's 15 teams out there.
That's a lot.
And with 15 teams out there, they so far played 55 games.
Wow.
And some played 56 games.
That's a lot.
But with all those games that they play day in and day out, you would think that that they would be on the rocket.
Yes.
The Spurs. You take the Spurs, for example. San Antonio Spurs. They played 55 games. They won 11.
A lot of games.
And lost 44.
Ooh. They won 11 and lost 44. That's a lot of losing.
That's a whole lot of losing in the game. Who's playing basketball over there? You take the Portland Trail Blazers, for example. They played 57 games. Mm-hmm. They lost 39 games.
Wow.
And they only won 15.
Wow.
When you look at These teams, big name, Portland Trail Blazers, the San Antonio Spurs, the Grizzlies, the Houston Rockets,
Yes.
the New York, the Jazz, Utah Jazz, Golden State Warriors, 27 and lost 26 games, won 27.
Yes.
So they're making a balance. When you see the Lakers with all the top players, the Lakers got top players on them. They should be at top with the Timberlands.
Okay, what has their season been like?
Their season has been, they only won 30 games.
Okay.
And they lost 26.
Okay.
With the magnitude of stars they have. I mean, the stars that they had on their team. What I'm looking at, Miss Hinton, is all these great players that's playing, and they are losing like crazy. You take the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves they won 39 games and lost only 16.
Okay, that's a little bit better now.
That's one of the greatest winning streaks you want to see.
Yes.
Because guess what? They are balling. And they got great players, and they come out to win. But when you got names that you just only paying for names, you got there with LeBron James. LeBron James should put on a show every night and should win the game.
You all are hard on LeBron.
AD, Anthony Davis should be out there winning every night. Kevin Durant, he got sneaker shoes out there. He should be out there winning every night.
Well, let me ask you, Mr. because I heard somebody mention this. They said that once people get the money they want, once these athletes get the money they want, they kind of lay back. They like, okay, I got money. Do you think that's true, or do you think they're putting 100 into every game?
I think, Miss Hinton, I think that here's what I think. I think that money plays a big important role here. Mm-hmm. I think that because they got the money, they're getting the money, they want the money, they're allowing them to have the money, but they're not bringing anything to the game.
You really think so?
Oh yeah. You take for example, Kevin Durant. Let's use him. Mm-hmm. Kevin Durant is a great ball player. Now, they got so many people now, Miss Hinton, that is of his size. 7-footers. Oh, 7-footers. Now they're 7'1", 7'5" out there playing ball. And they're very agile. And they can move and groove and shake. We used to think that tall boys, only thing they need to do is stand underneath the bucket because they block shots better. But now you got 7-footers that can dribble the court. They done changed from little guards. Now they're guard. They're playing up front, guards now. And they're not playing under the bucket, because under the bucket you got 7'5".
So they're doing their 3-pointers and they're having the time, because last season it was like, wow, I mean, everybody's going for the 3-pointers.
3-pointers. That's let me shoot. I remember I tried shooting 3-pointers. Well, I used to, but if I get out there now, I got to put my whole heart, soul, and everything in it just to get half court, try to hit the rim.
I'll tell you what, it's gonna be fun though. Look, they have played so many games, but we're gonna catch up with them and see how all this goes. You all make sure you have your teams.
That's
we want to know who you're rooting for. Our audience do have a habit of, following the NFL a lot.
That's right.
But we really want to make this a fun time for the NBA players, covering the stories and things that's going on. I would really like to pick a few athletes, Mr. E, and look at their journey to the NBA. We'll probably do that. We are celebrating Black History, and we just want to kind of follow a couple of them in research and find out, where they started and how they got to the NBA, and how their careers panning out. So we're going to be doing that. Don't forget to join us for our upcoming shows, Mr. E, on Wednesday.
That's right.
And what's going on?
We got a special guest on Wednesday, Ms. Hinton. So from Black History, he was the first African-American man that made it. They have a telephone company down here called C&P Telephone Company.
Wow.
Marbell, they used to do it. And he was in the front line He was in the military. Then he changed from being in the military. Now he was with CNP Telephone.
Wow.
He wasn't a lineman, but he went from lineman to being a supervisor of CNP Telephone. We don't have that here no more.
I tell you what, Bell Atlantic. Yeah. We're going to also on Friday, we're going to have some Black History facts and inventions and things like that. We'll showcase those
some
things.
Of the women that
our ladies,
women
that's
done.
right. Some of the things our women have invented and things like that. But we're going to have a great show. Join us this evening at 6 o'clock. You know, we've been absent for a couple of weeks, but we are back and popping. And so make sure you join us at 6 p.m. on all social media platforms for FYI After Dark.
And if you got a special team and you're going to follow basketball with us, drop your name, your team down there in the box for us so that we can have fun talking about your team. So we can have fun talking about your team and how many games that the team won. Your team's won. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that Anthony Davis and from the Lakers and LeBron James is overrated? I do.
I want to know what Chris, Chris, if you get a chance, Annie, you all have teams or whatever, players that you favor, because Chris and I sometimes talk about the NBA. So, Chris, you have anybody you're going to follow this year, this season, and how much of basketball have you been looking at so far this season as well? So, look, we're getting ready to get out of here, but happy President's Day to you all. I know folks are out there having a good time or home, chilling out, but we want to say thank you for joining us. Don't forget the Royal Ladies Pie. You can get your pie anytime, special event, special occasion. You can call 757-470-0224. Don't forget to go to bulvickacademy.com, BULVIC. You'll see the ladies' books. Bullying is right underneath your nose, the diary of a former bully. Bulvic, BULVIC, the game app. Thank you all for those that are buying the books, buying the game. You can still get it on Google Play, BULVIC, or you can get it at apple.com. You can get it for your not your Android, that's Google Play, your iPhone, your iPad, on apple.com. And don't forget, there's new music coming. We're going to be showcasing it really, really soon for you all. And look, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for your support. Missy's going to tell you how you can be a special guest, intern, or sponsor with FYI Radio Show.
Just before we let them go, Miss Hinton, what do you think about your president tennis shoe sale?
My President Biden don't have Biden don't have any tennis shoes that I know of.
What do y'all think about
President Biden do not have any tennis shoes. Let's get that straight right now. Let's be clear. Let's be clear.
What is your intake on that before we go?
Our President Biden don't have any sneakers on.
I heard there was a GoFundMe page out there for him also.
Who is it? Biden ain't got no.
I'm talking about that.
Our president is President Biden. Now, I don't know who you talking about. Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Trump.
We don't have but one president. No.
I'm talking about that citizen.
That's right. That's a former. He is not a president. Our president is Joe Biden. But yeah, we're not giving no advertising.
No advertising.
So we're gonna see y'all tonight at 6 p.m. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.
If you'd like to be a guest or sponsor of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861. Our inbox is at Edward Everett Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton Facebook page, our FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYIRadioShowLive@gmail.com. Don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful President Day.
Yeah, Tiffany, hello again, and JJ, she said JJ and I are watching. Good morning, Linda Griffin, all you all that are on, Chris, everybody that's here. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your support. See you this evening at 6 p.m.
Two up.